Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So Botched and Pregnant goes off on social media per usual, probably the pregnancy hormones, and is possibly trying to copy Nicki Minaj's rollout for her next album, okay? Gearing up to flop. She tweeted, "The fact that I made a little jokey joke about the studio because I've been mixing and mastering about 40 to 50 songs. And y'all turned that into I hate creating is crazy. This is why artists don't interact anymore. Because y'all will take one little joke and stretch it wider than y'all booty hole." Okay, so that's what she said. Now, the post she is talking about is the fact that she went on Instagram and said that she was back at Titanic Records correctional facilities. And like I said before, even though she says it a joke, I don't really believe that making music is Botched and Pregnant's passion. If it was her passion, she would not have waited 7 to 8 years to put out an album. There's just no way. You wait that many years when you don't really feel like doing it, but you're contractually obligated to do it. There's a difference, especially when this is only your second album. I can understand if you put out like 5 albums already and then you take a 7-year break or something like a Rihanna, okay? But it's only your second album and you were a rookie 7 years ago. It's like you didn't even really try. So I don't really believe that, she was really joking. I think that, a lot of people responded to this post and was like, oh, she don't really have the passion for it and she felt some type of way about it. Now, what y'all did not notice is that she said that she recorded 40 to 50 songs and she is mixing and mastering it. So that means that she could possibly put out a double album, okay? Or she might be doing a deluxe just like Nicki Minaj, okay? Nicki Minaj announced her deluxe. So she wants the fans to know that she also will be putting out a deluxe or a double album. Not only that, though, word on the street is that she could release around the same time Pink Friday 2 came out. If you guys remember, Pink Friday 2 came out in December, and a lot of fans are speculating that she can also release in December. That way she won't have a lot of competition. Nicki Minaj, she had to compete with Christmas songs, but that was about it. A lot of artists would not drop in December because of the Christmas music, okay? But it looks like that would be a good time for Cardi B to drop. Just in case the song flops or the album flops, she can say, oh, well, it's Christmas time, it's Christmas music. That's why I didn't go top 10. That's why I didn't do over 100,000. So she has the excuses lined up. I see right through her. I see the plan. So I feel like I would not be shocked if she dropped around November or December, especially since she's pregnant. She got to wait for the baby to come out before she can drop anyway. And then, she got to get her surgery. So that's going to take some time. So it might be a December rollout just like Nicki Minaj. Now, moving on to D0JA Cat. D0JA Cat's Planet Her is currently the most streamed rap album by a female rapper daily on Palify, outstreaming 2024 projects like Megan and Y2K. Probably also outstreaming Scratch Off's album too. Now, with that being said though, D0JA Cat's best album is Planet Her. So this ain't really shocking. And to be quite honest, we already know D0JA Cat get payola on Palify. Okay. Scarlett dropped out of the 200 album charts. So, I personally believe that, not all of D0JA Cat's streaming numbers are organic, but I do understand why Planet Her is still successful because that is D0JA Cat's best album. Okay. Hot Pink is probably her second best album. I would put Scarlet maybe as her third or fourth best album, but it definitely ain't top two, okay? Because Scarlet was kind of mid or trash compared to her other albums. No shade. Now, it looks like Megan Thee Stallion decided to do another PR stunt before releasing her newest collaboration. Remember, she posted and deleted that video of her new boyfriend, Torrey Craig, who is an NBA player, and now she has teased a collaboration. Now, some fans believe that it could possibly be Olivia Rodrigo, because I guess she uses the blue heart a lot or the purple heart a lot. Some fans are saying that it could be BTS. Even some fans believe that it could be Kung Fu Kenny. I'm like, Kung Fu Kenny and Megan Thee Stallion on the same record? Wow, that would be very interesting, even though I do believe that Megan could get ate up by Kung Fu Kenny. Okay? BTS, I think she already did a BTS collaboration, and the BTS collaboration flopped. Okay? I think she was on one of the remixes, and it never charted. And then on top of that, I don't think she'll sound really good on a record with Olivia Rodrigo, in my opinion. Because Olivia Rodrigo and Megan Thee Stallion make polar opposite music. Olivia Rodrigo is not really sexual in her music like Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? Now, maybe if it was like a Sabrina Carpenter or a Billie Eilish, that would make more sense. But Olivia Rodrigo now. So let me know, who do you guys think it is? And do you think that this could be a hit for Megan Thee Stallion? Because it seems as though Megan Thee Stallion don't chart for long on the Hot 100. By herself, at least. Even the Mamushi single is not making as much noise as it did a few weeks ago. And a new music video just came out. Then she also just recently put out some behind the scenes footage of the music video on YouTube. And it's still not making any noise. So I don't know what's going on, but it seems as though Megan Thee Stallion is getting ignored by the general public, which is very interesting. It seems as though she can only really chart when she beefing with Nicki Minaj. And when I mean chart high. Okay? She can only go number one or top 10 if she beefing with Nicki Minaj. Okay? Or if she got a collaboration. Oh my goodness. Is Ebro smashing Scratch Off or what? Scratch Off Sugar Honey Piss Tea is now the longest top 10 running female rap album of the year on Apple Music. The payola is payolaing over at Apple Music because Ebro loves Scratch Off so much. Do I really believe that he's smashing Scratch Off? No. But I do feel like there is some favoritism going on amongst Scratch Off over at Apple Music because she don't chart nowhere else except high on Apple Music. So that lets me know that the check has been cleared. And unfortunately, RCA the colorist can only afford payola for Apple Music. They can't afford it on Payola for Scratch Off because they won't recoup anything. They probably won't recoup all the payola they use on Apple Music because she couldn't even sell 50,000 first week. But Ebro is definitely helping Scratch Off. Maybe because her album sounds like Champagne Thickums. Okay? Sounds like Champagne Thickums if he was a girl. So, if that being said, that's probably why Ebro is helping Scratch Off. I definitely feel like the check was cleared. And Champagne Thickums influencing the album help Scratch Off get her payola cleared on Apple Music. Now, moving on to Queen Bee, it was reported that at one point, Queen Bee and Will Smith were reportedly in talks for the lead roles in Clint Eastwood's adaptation of A Star Is Born. However, Queen Bee said to have stepped away from the project after Camel Face sabotaged her and she got pregnant. The project did not materialize. We need this movie. Now, I know Bradley Cooper did A Star Is Born with Gaga, but nobody cares. We need another film with Queen Bee and Will Smith. That would do $100 million in a weekend. Okay? And then on top of that, I think Camel Face purposely sabotaged Queen Bee so she wouldn't have any sex scenes with Will Smith. That's something he would do. I think he purposely got her pregnant so she wouldn't do the film because he did not want her kissing on Will Smith, who is 10 times more attractive than him. Now, Icespxce goes off on JT for absolutely no reason and will be receiving Donkey of the Day. JT said in her Essence interview that we haven't had a dark-skinned girl killing it in the fashion since Foxy Brown. It gave me chills. It makes so much sense. It's no shade to nobody else, okay? So she mentioned that, basically Foxy Brown is her inspiration when it comes to fashion. And Icespxce said, JT sis, you're absolutely not killing it in the fashion or music, nor was Foxy ever killing it in fashion. Little Kim is the alpha and the omega. Okay, see, Icespxce been taking lyrics from Nicki Minaj's Plain Jane remix. Okay. Icespxce said the boob job is the most unfashionable thing ever. Is effing horrible. Please undo it. Okay. Now here's my thing about Icespxce. JT hotter than you musically, and you've been in the game longer. You need to shut your nasty mouth, and instead of harassing JT, why don't you focus on your own career? You've been flopping since you got in the game. I don't understand it. You ain't no fashion icon either. You look a mess 95% of the time, and you're butt-ass ugly. Yes, I said it. Icespxce is ugly. She's one of the worst looking female rappers in the game. I don't understand how she can comment on JT when JT's doing better than you and she just went solo. You've been solo for how many years and you still ain't popped off because of your big fat mouth. Now, moving on to Halle Bailey. Brandy tells A24 that she would cast Halle Bailey to play her in a biopic about her life. Now, here's my thing. Brandy and Halle don't look nothing alike. Ain't Brandy like dark skin or brown skin? I feel like Halle is kind of light skin in my opinion. Y'all don't look alike. Y'all don't sound alike at all. Okay? I feel like if we're going to be honest, I feel like Normani probably would be a better fit to play you because she vocally does sound like you in some songs. Okay? And I feel like she could quickly adapt to how you used to look when you were younger, okay, with the braids. Halle Bailey doesn't look like you or sound like you musically at all, okay? Now, Halle could possibly play Janet Jackson, okay, even though I don't think she's that great of a dancer. But I think that's the only person she could probably play in a biopic. I don't think she could play you. And the general public would be like, wow, they actually sound and look similar. It's going to be off. So, I think Holly's talented, but I don't think she can play Brandy. I think Brandy, I don't know if it's colorism or whatnot, but you need a dark-skinned girl to play you because you are dark-skinned or brown-skinned. Holly is light-skinned, okay? Y'all don't look alike. Y'all don't sound alike. But I do understand why you would choose Holly because she's talented, but I think Normani would be a better fit, okay? But she don't really look like Brandy either, but I feel like they sound alike at least. Normani definitely could sound like Brandy, okay? And she's worked with Brandy on music, so it would make more sense if it was her. Now, moving on to Halle Bailey. She dropped her new single called Because I Love You, okay? She also dropped a music video. The song ain't too bad. I probably won't put it in my playlist, but if it come on the radio, I ain't gonna turn it off either. I'm gonna let Halle get her coin. But, it's a decent song. The music video was a little bit cringy. She had the broke down version of Doo-Doo Garbage in the music video. And, Halle is similar to D0JA in my opinion. Like, she doesn't have much sex appeal, okay? Now, just because she has a baby, that don't mean she has sex appeal, okay? That just means she has sex without protection, with doo-doo garbage. That's all that means. Don't mean she has sex appeal. You know, there was a little moment where she was trying to be sexy, and it just was cringy, in my opinion. You know, no shade. But I understand she had to do that for the music video. Now, Icespxce the colorist is receiving Donkey of the Day. He put out a song called Taylor Swift, obviously trying to use the chart-obsessed races for clout. The song is okay. It's not great. You know, I can definitely pass on this song. To me, I don't really get into Icespxce the colorist music. I think the only 2 songs I like by Icespxce is Fashion Killer and what was that? Effing Problems, which had like 3 or 4 other rappers on it. I never listened to Icespxce the colorist. He really should quit. I mean, I don't understand why he keeps putting out flop records. You put out a record 2 weeks ago and it flopped. But now that he's done using Rihanna for clout, because musically it's not going to help him. Riri was in one of his music videos a few years ago and that song still flopped. But I would definitely give this song like a -0 out of 100. Now, moving on to Champagne Thickums and Icespxce. Okay, so fans are calling out Icespxce for being underneath Champagne Thickums' recent posts on Instagram. She left a comment. What I've noticed about Icespxce, she rarely ever comments under Champagne Thickums' post. She never does. But fans are calling her out, saying that Icespxce is trying super hard to get back into Champagne Thickums' graces after the stunt that she had pulled. And, you know, allegedly fans feel like Champagne Thickums fans feel like Icespxce was trying to give Champagne Thickums a bad reputation by allegedly telling people behind the scenes that Champagne Thickums tried to sign her and that he flew her out, which I do believe. I do believe he probably did try to sign her, and he definitely probably was trying to smash. And that's why he flew her out to Toronto. I remember that. Now, if you guys remember, in 2022, Champagne Thickums did diss Icespxce after meeting her and flying her out to Toronto. In his song Back Outside Boys, he says she had 10 trying to rap. It's good on mute. Damn, that was shady. And, you know, a lot of people said that was about Icespxce. Now, with that being said, he refollowed her back on Instagram, I believe in 2023. And allegedly she is working on music with Party Next Door. That's why she is, you know, commenting under Champagne Thickums' post now. Allegedly, she wants Champagne Thickums to help her on her next project because she's already thinking about her second album. Okay. You know, she talked about it on Spaces, how she's gearing up to put out her second album possibly next year. And with that being said, because he helped Scratch Off with her album, okay, allegedly Icespxce wants help too, because everybody was saying how Scratch Off album was better than Icespxce's. That was the general consensus. So now she's trying to get back on Champagne Thickums' good side, and hopefully he can help her get a hit. Even though I feel like Champagne Thickums don't got the sauce no more. You know, unfortunately, the Champagne Thickums stimulus package has ran dry. Okay, he don't got the sauce no more. All of his recent music has flopped. You know, she wants a hit. She got to call up the chart-obsessed racists. That's the only way she gonna get a hit. Now, moving on to Sabrina Carpenter. She gives Nicki Minaj a shout out according to the Barbs. She said this one's for Nicki after her and Travis Scott both dropped new singles to push their sales for their albums. Currently, Sabrina is supposed to go #1 on the 200 album chart, and Travis Scott's supposed to go to #2. Now, she said this one's for Nicki because if you guys remember, Travis blocked Nicki Minaj's Queen from being #1 because he had bundles, okay? And allegedly he has bundles this go around for this recent album. Allegedly, if he didn't have bundles, you know, going towards the sales, he would only be doing 27,000 first week. Okay, you know, fans were talking about that. So because Sabrina Carpenter is battling it out with Travis Scott, that's why she's mentioning Nicki. And I also think she wants the Barbs to buy some of her music, okay, to push the sales. And you might be saying, well, she don't need the Barbs. You know, she's doing 300,000 first week. Well, if that was the case, then why did she have to drop a song last minute to push the sales for her album if she didn't need the Barbs? Why did she shout out Nicki a few hours before the end of tracking week? It was a strategic move. She even reposted fans buying the single to push the sales on the album. So if she didn't care about sales, why is she reposting fans purchasing the song? That doesn't make any sense if she don't care about the sales. She cares about the sales. Okay, this is her first album that hasn't flopped. So she definitely cares about the sales. But with that being said, it was a strategic move. I'm not mad she did it, but I peeped it. But let me know if you guys are going to be buying Sabrina's album now that she mentioned Nicki Minaj. And do y'all want a collaboration between them? A lot of fans are hoping that they could eventually collaborate. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I could do without a collaboration. I don't like the way Sabrina Carpenter sounds in music because she sounds like the Icespxce Racist. I'd rather, you know, Nicki just do a song with the Icespxce Racist than Sabrina. I mean, because Sabrina already sounds like the Icespxce Racist now, so it wouldn't make any sense. And the Icespxce Racist is more of her peer. Sabrina is not really her peer. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link would be in the description, and have a great day.